Join us as we boldly go where no recap has gone before a detailed breakdown of Star Trek Discovery's thrilling Season 4. Captain Michael Burnham of the USS Discovery and her partner, Cleveland Book Booker, invite the people of Alshane 4 to rejoin the United Federation of Planets. They prove the Federation's intentions by helping to fix long-broken Alshane technology. Book then departs to his home planet Kwejian to participate in his nephew Leto's coming-of-age ceremony. Burnham and the crew of Discovery attend the official reopening of Starfleet Academy, where they meet new Federation President Lara Rilak. Starfleet receives a distress call from a space station near Kwejian, and Rilak accompanies Discovery to investigate. The space station has been sent spinning uncontrollably by an unknown gravitational distortion, and Burnham decides to help evacuate its personnel herself. Rilak questions Burnham's decisions, and later reveals that she was observing Burnham as a potential candidate for a new assignment, but has concerns about her approach. On Kwejian, Book witnesses strange bird activity and flies off-world to investigate it, just as the gravitational distortion destroys the entire planet. Book becomes numb from grief following the loss of his planet and family and is haunted by hallucinations of Leto. Science Officer Paul Stamets explains to Rilak and Starfleet Command that the destruction of Kwejian was caused by an unprecedented gravitational anomaly that requires further investigation. Former Discovery Captain Saru returns to serve as Burnham's first officer, and they jump to a safe distance outside of the anomaly. During this time, the anomaly inexplicably changes direction and causes damage to the Discovery, leaving them unsure where it will go next and what impact this will have on other planets. Meanwhile, Dr. Garvin Hugh Culber and Ensign Adira Tal help transfer the consciousness of Adira's deceased boyfriend Gray into a synthetic body. Javini, a Romulan citizen of Nivar and none of the Coat Milad Order, attacks several Starfleet ships to steal rare dilithium crystals. In one robbery, she kills an officer. Starfleet Admiral Charles Vance reveals this to Burnham, Nivar President Tirina, and Burnham's mother Gabrielle, who is a member of the Coat Milat. Rilak does not want to pursue Javini without Tirina's guidance since Nivar is on the verge of negotiating its re-entry to the Federation. Burnham arrests Javini but helps wake the refugees and move their ship. Meanwhile, Stamets and Book travel to Nivar to parse the data on the anomaly, which Stamets has nicknamed the DMA Dark Matter Anomaly. They do not learn what it is, but Tirina helps Book relive memories of Leto, which brings him some comfort. Nivar fast-tracks its negotiations with the Federation, and Rilak asks Burnham and Saru to participate. Dr. Herkovich offers Tilly a teaching position at the Academy. Talks between Nivar and the Federation appear to break down, but Burnham and Saru talk to both sides and offer a compromise that they all agree to. A committee independent of Federation leadership will regularly review the Union and provide independent oversight, and Burnham offers to serve on the committee as a citizen of both the Federation and Nivar. The DMA disappears and reappears 1,000 light-years away seconds later, proving that it is not a naturally occurring anomaly. Scientist Ruan Tarka joins the ship to help determine who created the DMA and is able to make a model of it which requires more power than Discovery can give. Meanwhile, Burnham and Book attend an assembly of Federation and non-Federation representatives to discuss the DMA. Rilak and Burnham want to contact 10C and try to avoid escalating the conflict, but Book supports Tarka, who has designed a weapon to destroy the DMA before it harms anyone else. The assembly votes in favor of first contact. Tarka and Book escape, planning to use the weapon themselves. Tarka needs isolinium to complete his weapon, and Burnham knows which black market dealer Book will try to get it from. Book wins the game and claims the isolinium, but not before Burnham plants a tracker on it. The charts reveal a large artificial hyperfield beyond the galactic barrier, and data suggests that it is powered by rare boronite that the DMA mines from planets. Former Discovery security officer Enhan is assigned to supervise the ship as it follows Burnham's tracking device, and there is a standoff in which Burnham is able to convince both Enhan and Book to stand down. Tarka goes behind Book's back and fires the weapon at the controller, destroying it and the DMA, but he does not find the power source that he expected to be there. Book and Tarka escape, and a new DMA appears in the same location soon after. Fearing retaliation from Species 10C, Rilak moves up the timeline for first contact. She, Tirina, and several diplomats board Discovery. They are contacted by Vance, who tells them that the DMA is now close to destroying Earth and Nivar. Tarka explains that he had befriended a fellow prisoner, Oros, who built a machine to transport them to a peaceful parallel universe. It requires a large amount of power, and Tarka had planned to use the DMA's power source before realizing that it is at 10C's location rather than in the DMA itself. After a difficult flight, Discovery emerges from the galactic barrier and begins traveling towards 10C's coordinates. Burnham decides to visit a dead planet near the hyperfield, which may be the homeworld of species 10C. Earth General Dieta Ndoye believes this is a waste of time, but other diplomats support the decision if it provides useful information. Burnham travels to the planet with Saru Culber and pilot Keela Detmer, where they find the large skeletons of a species that once lived in the planet's former gas layers. The team deduce that 10C fled the planet during meteor strikes that burned away the gas and killed some members of the species. They believe they can use these hydrocarbons to help communicate with 10C. Meanwhile, Book and Tarka follow Discovery to the planet and sneak on board. Tarka bypasses Zora's sensors to allow their ship to be attached to Discovery undetected. Book convinces Ndoye to help them destroy the DMA. Discovery releases the hydrocarbon representing peace onto the hyperfield. It is soon pulled into the structure and surrounded by an orb made of an unknown substance. Members of species 10C respond with more hydrocarbons and a light pattern which the crew deciphers as a bridge language similar to Linko's that uses mathematical equations. On Book's ship, Tarka plans to use Ndoye to ignite a plasma stream from Discovery that will allow them to escape the orb and fly directly to the DMA's power source. Reno realizes that if Tarka takes the power source now, it will destroy the hyperfield and all inside it and likely still destroy Earth and Nivar. Book confronts Tarka about this, but Tarka uses his upgrades to the ship to restrain Book. As the crew of Discovery attempt to ask 10C to withdraw the DMA, Ndoye enacts Tarka's plan and Book's ship escapes. Reno is able to get a message to Burnham explaining Tarka's plan. Tarka begins dismantling the power source's container, causing dangerous plasma bursts. Tarina learns that the minds of the 10C are connected, and they do not understand that Tarka is acting independently of Discovery. The crew sacrifices Discovery's spore drive to escape the orb, but are unable to approach Book's ship due to the plasma. Ndoye offers to make amends by ramming Book's ship with a shuttlecraft, killing Tarka. Ndoye and Reno are beamed to safety, but Book seemingly dies. The crew of Discovery meet members of 10C on a planet inside the hyperfield and explain that Tarka was working alone and why. The 10C turn off the DMA, sparing Earth and Nivar, and reveal that they saved Book. Discussing his grief and using his empathic abilities, Book convinces 10C to stop using the DMA altogether, take down the hyperfield, and start working with others to make amends for the harm caused by the DMA. 10C uses a wormhole to send Discovery to Earth, which decides to rejoin the Federation. Book is punished for his actions by being sent to help others who have been harmed by the DMA. Join us as we eagerly await the next chapter in the Discovery's journey. Thanks for watching this recap. See you on the next one, Flicks and TV.